So this is a high school level class in your political science government class here. We want to talk about getting involved with legislation. A lot of issues affect us as citizens of the United States, and there's plenty of ways for us to be involved in that process. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunities to get involved. Some examples of current issues, we've got things like the network neutrality issue with the FCC right now. That's been going on for quite some time, but just recently the court, one of the higher courts struck down the FCC's neutrality rules, so now it's kind of back to the drawing board, trying to decide between reclassifying this as Title II as a utility, or possibly just trying some more useless rules. Things like the Wyoming science standards, the rejection of the next generation core standards. Wyoming's a big coal producing state, so they rejected those standards over some poor backwards thinking. We've got the CALEA law, that's Communications Assistance for Law Enforcement Act. That's like putting a wiretap backdoor into internet applications like Skype, FaceTime, other communications tools, basically to allow law enforcement better access to wiretap communications, which might be good on the face of it. You don't want illegal activities to be gotten away with because technology is not cooperative, but it also creates quite a bit of insecurity. So we had some of these examples to get involved and contact your legislators. We have things like the STEER FCC that's put together by the Electronic Frontier Foundation. It's just a simple form letter. All you have to do is attach your name and information. Really simple to get involved. I've already got it written out for you. Similar thing with the Wyoming Science Standards. It's already a petition. Just fill in your name, information. Same thing about CALEA form letter. You can put in your information. The EFF also put together. Contact the White House, contact Obama about your opposition to that. And there's other ways to address your legislation. There's that Nick was going to talk about.
Just real quick, just since he was on the FCC, I just saw this yesterday. Did anybody see the John Oliver video regarding the FCC? And he crashed the FCC's website because he wanted everyone to contact the FCC, and everyone was just trolling the FCC, so it was cool.
The FCC?
Federal Communications Commission.
Yeah, so where was I? I found just a couple websites real quick. Just to go through, house.gov is probably the best one if you want to contact your representative. Let me see here. So if you just want to contact your representative, oh wow, this is the wrong one. But you can pretty much just look it up through your state name, Alabama, first of Alaska, go down wherever you're from. The one I wanted to do was to find your representative. What's the zip code? 82072. So you can just pretty much just type in whatever your zip code is, look it up, and our representative is this lady. So.
Sorry, this lady. Excuse me.
And so she's pretty. We only have one congressman, one representative throughout the entire state, so it's rather easy for us. But if you're from another state, who here comes from a different state? What's your zip code? Okay, do you know who your representative is? Okay, let's try.
You're going to.
All right. Your possible, it's the gerrymandering, so you could have anybody as representative. So, but it looks like, yeah, you might have 3 minutes there, so you're lucky. You can write to all 3. But this website is really good for finding out who your congressmen and representatives are. It has very many different types of ways you can find out what's going on. With there, they have legislative activity. They also have the House Explained, which will tell you everything about the House. And the coolest part is, there's an area for educators and students. So more or less, if you're gonna be a social studies teacher, you can go on here, you can show your students exactly what's going on. It pretty much puts it in younger types of language so kids can understand. Yes?
A couple of months ago, we were going to Washington DC and we got on the site and I contacted Senator Barrasso and we got a tour of the Capitol through his office and we got a picture with him. So I would highly recommend using it if you're going to Washington.
Definitely.
Meet with your representative or senators.
Definitely. I mean, and it has like kids in the house, so it, you know, has like a kid-friendly website, just takes them all through. It's easier to use.
You even get to
Everything
go on
for
a
us.
train there, so.
Huh?
You even get to go on a train there.
Oh, that's cool. Even for, you know, historian majors like us who are just not very tech savvy. And so this is a really good one, the one I found. And then I found another one just looking, just find something interesting. Because being social studies majors, we have to more or less, or at least I had to, studying history, you had to go through lots of archives and everything, so I figured I could at least just show you guys the old school way of doing things. I just found some archives here. Spirit of America Home Collection, this one's just really cool. You can pretty much go through every single piece of pamphlets or information that members of the House or before the House even came out, their information, who they were, what they did, and even like in their own writing, what they stood for, everything. So it's really good just to find out history about everything and how everything goes. So now I'm gonna hand it over to this guy.
All right, hi. So, can anybody tell me what the legislator is or what they do? Anybody have an idea?
Write laws.
Create laws? Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry, hi. Anything else?
Make sure certain laws are passed.
Yeah, that's true.
They make laws, or they make sure certain laws are passed or revoked.
Okay. And how are you able to influence those particular laws?
I can vote for who I want to be in office.
Okay. And what if one of the legislators doesn't do the kind of things that you want them to do that aren't towards your interests, or something that he feels wrong or that they could do better? What can you do to change that?
Get angry.
Yes, good point. Get very angry.
Write a letter.
What else?
Enforce your concerns.
Right. Very good.
Ours you can call ours.
Yeah,
Most of our politicians, right?
that's true.
If they'll
I-
answer.
Any government office has the availability where a citizen can get a hold of them and play a part in it. Back in the 80s, before any of you were born, there was a small company called Anheuser-Busch that was trying to come into Fort Collins, Colorado. My father was very actively involved with that because he wanted a job there. So I had the opportunity to go around with him and talk to other people to try to get it started, go around and with stickers, buttons, t-shirts, all those kind of things, and try to influence them through the legislature to pass it. Actually, Anheuser-Busch had the opportunity to open up in Cheyenne first, and the legislature actually rejected it. Have any of you folks had any opportunity to work with the legislator, or have you done anything to try to influence their decisions on particular things? What did you do?
When the Obamacare was coming out and the provision about abortions,
Right.
we got involved in my church writing letters to the president, our representatives, anybody we could think of, we were writing letters to them saying we should not have to support abortions that we don't believe in.
Sure. Are there particular issues that you guys feel that are important that at this point in your career in high school or in your life that the legislator should address? Can you give me some examples of that, or? Yes?
My mom is really upset about Obamacare.
And what does she think about it?
She was just concerned because her sister has to pay extra fines, I guess, because she doesn't have insurance. I don't
Right.
exactly understand how it works though.
Right.
I think most of America is upset by Obamacare.
The VA scandal.
Oh, yeah. Can you explain that a little bit more, Wendy?
Well, I just think that it's messed up that people that have gone and served the country are being put on the back burner for healthcare.
Right.
And I feel like it's not being handled the way that it should. I feel like it's kind of being put on the back burner again for another scandal now.
Sure. Sure. Yes.
For me, even if I come from another country, maybe it will sound weird,
Right.
but for me, I thought that it was crazy when they released the 36,000 illegal immigrants, and a lot of them were charged with a crime. I
Right.
think that wasn't good. I was totally opposed against that.
Right. So,
Probably-
yes.
Probably shouldn't negotiate with terrorists either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like everybody kind of has particular issues that they actually care about, or that family members actually care about, or something you want to make a difference. So what is the best way to make a difference through the system?
Write a letter.
Write a letter? Anything else? The major thing that we're trying to get across to you folks is with your legislature, the biggest thing you can do is get involved, okay? You can vote, you can write a letter, you can call them, like Vicki said, but you really can't complain about particular issues if they don't go your direction, if you don't actively participate and do something about it. So that's a point we want to get across to you. Do you folks have any other questions?
Crash the FCC website.
Okay.
It's a flat
All right. Well,
Like they can't use the.
we'd like to thank you for your attention.